Hey, this is Sky again, and I wanted to know, because this is a thought I've been having, is it possible for us to go back to living naturally, like really the way we were intended to live, in with nature, not against it? And I really think that this is something that um, is becoming more obvious as time goes by because nature is fighting back against us. We keep depleting the earth of oil. You know, if you start sucking the blood out of an individual, they're basically going to collapse, right? Um, I think that, you know, living with nature is so perfect to me. It is such a perfect way to live. I mean, as I read more and learn about the earth, you know, you realize that we are doing something so wrong. It's just like crazy and mixed up the way we are um, caring for the earth and caring for ourselves. Like, as we mess up the earth, we mess up ourselves, right? I mean, like, for example, the whole sewage system, right? I know it's so inconvenient for people to live without a flushing toilet and, you know, perish the thought that there's odor or whatever because of what we eat, right? But most people don't realize that if you really just step back and think about how we were before all this, what they call comforts came into be. I mean, when we would go to the bathroom, it would dry up or it would break down and go back into the earth. It would actually compost, right? And imagine why, they talk about the food is so depleted and, the soil is depleted and it's not like it was way back. It's because we're not composting everything. Everything is becoming waste. And so it's, they're mixing organic food matter with rubber and plastic in these big mountains they call, garbage, what is it called? I can't remember the word, but you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, these things are not able to break down the way they're supposed to, and they just rot and they just become toxic fumes. And, I mean, imagine if we really made composting a law. I mean, there's just so many ways to get back to like living, according to nature. I mean, I don't think it's impossible, and I would totally experiment and try it because I really just think like these concrete buildings that we live in that are so sturdy and so beautiful and wonderful. I mean, I don't know. I mean, are they something that we really need? Really? Like when you really look at like man at the beginning, and I'm not necessarily saying like I want to go back, 1 million years from now. I actually, that would be pretty cool to think about it, do some time travel. But I don't necessarily want to, I think there are some modern things that are pretty cool. I mean, I love the fact that we can communicate with people all over the world. I mean, I think that is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it really brings people together, right? But I just think that really like the bigger picture is, how can we live in a world that is forgiving to us, that we care about, that we really love and give back to, and it becomes like we're living with our people, the animals, the nature, the trees, etc. I mean, I don't want to sound too like tree hugging and stuff like that because that usually becomes bizarre, but it is what it is. I mean, I just think that we are definitely going to, and I don't know if it's going to be in my generation, probably not, but my children or my children's children are going to really have to figure out how to get back to the land, because I think there's going to be a time when the waters are going to rise up and the system that we call nature is going to say to us, okay, we got to take this back, and you know they're just little signs and little things. I mean, there's so many earthquakes nowadays. The volcanoes are erupting. And it's not only what's going on just on this physical plane. I think it's because spiritually, we have a lot of turmoil going on. And what do you think? What are you thinking about this? I mean, I really, I saw a video here on YouTube that was really interesting. It was this woman who lives in Costa Rica, and she's really, really conscious of everything, of how she eats, how she sleeps, how she goes to the bathroom, all these things that are like real basic necessities in life. And I don't think we think about these things because we don't grow our own food. Water comes in through the spigot. The lights go on. I mean, we don't really consider how basic life is like that. And there'll be a time we're so disconnected from basic, and we're so far gone with, get that money and get that stuff. We're so disconnected from what is basic that when basic is gone, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? What is going to be your reality? How are you going to survive in living without certain things? And, I'm not trying to call doom and gloom to the earth. That's not what I'm interested in. I believe in abundance, and I believe we can have anything we want. But I also believe that, the earth, needs a break. Sometimes, when you have that little brother or sister that keeps touching you and then they finally blow up, kind of like that's where it is. The earth is like trying to, shake all of that stuff off of their shoulders. So let me know what you think about my thoughts, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.